Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Headbangers Closet. Hope everyone's ready for the weekend. Today's Friday and a lot of good stuff came out today, music-wise, heavy metal-wise, but I really can't stop listening to the latest Mortal Scepter record and then the latest Carotid album called Realms of Insanity. It's two great thrash metal albums. Carotid, I believe, is from like Pittsburgh area, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, maybe somewhere in Pennsylvania. Good stuff, kind of that old school sounding thrash metal. And then you've got Mortal Scepter's new album. I forgot what it's called, but they're from, I think, France, and it's definitely kind of like a new death thrash kind of vibe to it. So those are the two records I've been listening a lot to lately. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys have been listening to this week. So anyway, this video is going to be a spin-off of the video George over at George G's Room of Rock. He did a video with the 10 albums that scream heavy metal, and then Mark from Metal Never Dies, he did a great video, 10 albums that scream death metal. So I'm going to do my own spin-off. This is 10 albums that scream 80s hair metal / glam metal. You guys know I'm a huge fan of that subgenre. That's what started me on my heavy metal journey way back in the early 80s with Motley Crue, with the Shout at the Devil album. I love the stuff, and I know you guys do. Whenever I do an 80s metal, glam hair metal video, lots more views and likes and comments than pretty much any of my other videos. So I know a lot of you guys watching dig that stuff as well. So hopefully you guys jump on this and do your own 10 albums that scream hair metal, glam metal, because that stuff's a lot of fun, right? That whole era was a lot of fun. But so I'm going to do my video from albums from my collection that scream 80s hair metal and glam metal. And kind of the main criteria is just to look at the album, look at the band, and look at the album cover. So the first one we've got is Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry. But more importantly, just from that era, I've got the single, The Kids Are Back from Twisted Sister. So just check that out. Look at the guys in the band. I mean, come on. Hair metal at its finest right there, right? Sorry for the glare, but hair metal at its finest, so I had to include Twisted Sister in this video. And the next one may be slightly kind of controversial, if you will. It's not so much hair metal as it is power metal, but the album cover kind of just screams hair metal to me. Manowar's Fighting the World. Yeah, I can see, the Conan the Barbarian artwork and with the stuff, the mountain on the back. Yeah, definitely power metal, but really it does, at first glance, scream hair metal to me. And I wanted to show it just because I really like this album. Next one, we've got Dawkins Under Lock and Key for my favorite 3 records, Tooth and Nail, Under Lock and Key, and then the other one, I forgot what it's called at the moment off the top of my head. When I start doing the videos, sometimes I draw a blank of albums I've listened to 1,000 times, but and I am with this one. But Under Lock and Key, to me, is the only one that really looks that hair metal to me. And this one's not all that bad. I mean, there's more egregious albums, but you can definitely see the hair and see how it's poofed out. So I'm going to include it in this video for the albums that scream hair metal, glam metal. And I could not do a video on 80s metal without including Wasp and Blackie Lawless. The Last Command, just the better one out of them all, in my opinion. And then take a look at the back, look at all the guys in the band. That just screams hair metal, man. Love it. Awesome album. And next one we have is my favorite hair metal band of all time. I don't like calling them hair metal because I don't really think they are. I think they're more like sleaze rock in my opinion. But the band that started the whole thing for me was Motley Crue. And this is the Girls, Girls, Girls album from '87. This was the era that they were in their leather and biker phase. And Motley Crue is one of those bands that, each album, they kind of had like a different look going on, And the album Theater of Pain, for example, they had the, Nikki had the onesie looking thing that was black with the white polka dots, and then the tassels coming off the arms. And then like the other 3 guys in the band had all like the, like the wristband with like the different color, like cloth kind of coming off. I don't know what the hell you call that thing. Vince had it, and Mick had it as well, and Tommy, same thing. But this was the kind of like the bad guys, the bad boys of rock and roll with the leather and the bikes and stuff like that. So wanted to include that because that just screams 80s hair glam metal in my opinion. Then perhaps my all-time favorite 80s glam album, Poison's Look What the Cat Dragged In, their debut. Saw the video for I Want Action and Talk Dirty to Me. Absolutely loved it. Fell in love with the band. Had to get the cassette tape. I mean, come on. That just screams hair metal, right? Got the cassette tape, and I've mentioned it before on this channel that when I saw the guys in the band on the cover of the cassette, it wasn't until way later they actually got this thing. Picked this thing up like in the 90s, the actual album. But the cassette tape I had first, and I'm looking at it going, they're definitely girls, especially Ricky Rocket right here. Okay, so take a look at this photo of Ricky Rocket. And then if you've seen the movie Better Off Dead with John Cusack, remember the movie. The scene where they're at the high school dance in the gym. The singer was a female singer of the band who was singing that Better Off Dead Than Live Without You. I don't know what the name of the band, but that's what the girl looked like. So go think of that scene, go watch it, and then look at Ricky Rocket right here and tell me that's not a spitting image of the girl in the movie. That's kind of why I thought they were girls. Anyway, moving right along. We've got Cinderella's debut, Night Songs. Phenomenal record. And yeah, look at the guys in the band. Totally fit the part, right? Fits the bill for the video. But I kind of feel musically these guys were a little bit better than a lot of the hair bands of that era. I mean, there were a few that were really good. I think CeCe DeVille from Poison was a great guitarist. But a lot of those bands, kind of like the cookie cutter, the record companies just signing band after band that just had the look. And some of them really weren't all that good, but they still sold a million albums. Cinderella, I feel, is really good. I kind of feel they were like the hair band version of AC/DC, just good sounding, good musicians, and it sounded like a heavy bluesy rock, and just definitely fit in with the 80s glam, but musically I think they were a little bit better. Just my opinion, and I'm often wrong. Next one we have is a record, and I'll actually show both of them that kind of fit the bill for this. So the 80s, were synonymous with scantily clad women everywhere, and I don't think any band could get away with this cover now. You could do more grotesque and morbid now, but back then it was just different. I don't think you could get away with the cherry pie, the hot girl with the cherry pie falling on her crotch. And then there's the guys in the band right there, Warrant, Cherry Pie. Great record, but I don't think any band's really going and putting an album cover like this out. I mean, I don't think there's any bands that really make music like the 80s hair bands did, but no one's putting out that album cover. And I want to say the next one, Rats, Invasion of Your Privacy, similar. I mean, you look at the guys in the back, definitely hair band. But the girl, the hot-looking girl on the cover, I don't think I've seen a hot-looking girl in an album cover, a metal album cover, like 10 to 15 years. What about you guys? Let me know. But I don't think I have. And, the 80s were synonymous with having scantily clad women on your album covers, all dance around in your videos and whatnot. And that definitely just kind of screams 80s hair metal and glam metal to me, because in my opinion, that kind of fits that era of that genre. So next one is Kiss's Asylum, and I could have went with a handful of different Kiss albums from the 80s, but this one, in my opinion, kind of fits the bill the best, and mainly for the colors, the animated pictures, and then the colors, right? So you got the purple, the red, the green, and the blue lipstick, and then all the rainbow kind of colors on the back. There were actually videos, if you guys aren't old enough to remember, there were videos that the style of the video was these animated style characters with just rainbow colors plastered all over the freaking screen, and I've not seen that since. That was only seemed to be like an 80s thing, and it wasn't just pop artists doing that. It was rock and metal bands just like Kiss doing it right here. So that kind of reminds you of some of the videos back in those days. And then last but certainly not least, an album I think all you guys love. It's another Motley Crue. It's Too Fast for Love and The Crotch Shot. Just like the Cherry Pie and the Rat album, I don't really think any band is putting out an album like this. I know in the 90s, the Black Crowes put out Americana, and that was like a crotch shot. But I don't think anybody's done that really since then. Maybe some rap. I don't listen to rap, so you guys tell me. But this right here, the Motley Crue, the crotch shot, and then the picture of the guys in the back, just the way they looked. Again, different look. This was that early sleaze look, and then when Shout at the Devil came out, they went for like the like the apocalyptic kind of outfits. And then I already mentioned Too Fast for Love, Theater of Pain, and then Girls, Girls, Girls. But this Too Fast for Love, they had the different kind of, outfit with the boots and the spandex and just kind of different look to it. It just screams 80s hair metal, glam metal to me, as does the cover. And I know that a lot of you guys think this is the best Motley Crue record, and I'm not going to disagree. It's not my favorite. That's Shout at the Devil, but I think this is definitely a close second. So there you have it, guys. My spin-off from George G's Room of Rocks video. This is my 10 albums that scream glam 80s metal. Let me know what you think about any of these records in the comments below. I definitely want to see you guys do your own 80s hair and glam album video, 10 albums that scream it. So let me know, or tag me in the videos you guys do for that also. And definitely check out George's video if you haven't done so already, as well as Mark's. Those are two great guys. I know if you're watching my videos, you probably already subbed up to there. So if you're not, you definitely need to go do that, and I'll link them down below as well. So hope you guys dig the video. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll have another video for you guys very soon. Cheers, everybody.